A concise set of quotations then for Curley's wife. So basically all these are just items that give us a fair idea of the character throughout the novella. But obviously supplement this with your own quotations if you like. But these ones should give us some idea of her. So when we first meet her, she's got rouge lips and her fingernails were red. So it gives us an idea of her danger and obviously the fact that she's trying to get attention. And she, in doing so, obviously when we first meet her, Lenny meets her as well, so we know that's going to be quite ominous for the rest of the piece. Some of the first words she says is, "I guess I better look someplace else," but she says it playfully, which again shows that she's a flirt and there's going to be trouble and danger around her. And again, anyone who's got a simple mind might be taken in by this. We know Lenny's got a simple mind, so we know there's going to be some kind of meeting of minds there, which, as we know, doesn't end very well. Her loneliness shines through when she says, "Think I don't like to talk to somebody every once in a while. Think I just like to stick in the house all the time." It shows two things: her loneliness and also the way that this isn't a place for a woman, because she is just stuck in the house the whole time. She doesn't have anyone to talk to. So we can empathise with her to an extent over why she does what she does, because she's so lonely, but we might want to comment on the way that she does it. She gives us a summary of the people of the time when she hears, when she's listening to Crooks and Candy and Lenny talking. She just says, "I've seen too many of you guys, people with a dream, people who think they're going to make it, people who think they're going to improve the situation, and they never do." And even though she doesn't go into the whole, dissecting it into a big breakdown for them, just saying, "I see too many of you guys," just means, she's seen dozens and dozens or hundreds and hundreds of men come through. So again, this idea is being emphasized of how vast and universal this failed dream approach is. And how much you want to link that to modern day is up to you, but it's still, obviously, many people still sold dreams that they can't achieve. "Listen, nigga," she said, "you know what I can do to you if you open up your trap." So here we see her cruelty and obviously her understanding of her power and her position, being racially abusive to Crooks, popping his dream, and then making him well aware of his place and humiliating him in front of everyone. So that's all really important because it shows that she hasn't just got this innocent side. She's had to develop this harsh side from somewhere, and she takes it out here on Crooks. So as soon as she gets a chance to put anyone in their place, she takes it. And it's also an interesting plot point, if we just where Crooks was kind of picking on Lenny, here she picks on, not for, in defense or anything, but here she picks on it, and it's just interesting how power flows and ebbs in section 4 when they do have that conversation. "You goddamn tramp," he said viciously, "you done it, didn't you?" So this is Candy talking about her, and it's important because it just shows everyone knew or everyone felt that this would end badly because of her. So the prejudices that were against her, the dislike that's actually felt towards her, here actually pours out. No one's given a eulogy or kind of saying anything respectful or thinking that she was a poor girl. Nope. Everyone here is just, Candy, the first person to find her, first person at the time to say anything, just dumps on her. And then obviously we know that it's extended further when her husband comes along. He's not kind of cut up or worried. He's just happy almost that he gets to get revenge on Lenny, and he runs after him with his shotgun. Here we have an idea about, that should actually come far later on. That should actually come there. I won't repeat it when I come to it. Apologies. Here we have the dream, her idea of the dream. I met one of the actors. He says I could go with the show. And obviously we get one of the problems she had here, that she thought she was going to be famous, but her parents wouldn't let her, which shows that she's headstrong and rash. So obviously she married Curley just to annoy her mum, and that's obviously a stupid reason to get married, and she suffers for it. So in some ways she's actually the architect of her own downfall, not only with her behaviour but in the behaviour that she's had leading up to the ranch. So we get a fuller picture of her from that quotation. And her direct dream here, he says he was going to put me in the movies. It's actually really nice when you watch that scene in the film, and the way the actress delivers that line is quite fitting for the delusion that the line actually gives. She still thinks it's possible, and in fact she says as much a little earlier on, but her dream there was to actually make some of herself be well known, break the kind of entrapment of her life, but she was unfortunately as trapped as everyone else. that one now we've done. And then the last one that we actually have here, we have is a description about her. All the meanness, plannings and discontent and the ache for attention were all gone from her face. She was very pretty and simple, and her face was sweet and young. It gives us an indication of the mind and how it works. Her natural disposition would be to seem quite sweet, quite pretty, quite everything, but what we've always met her with her mind working. So, you know, some people maybe look more restful. So maybe when we were seeing her the whole time, she was always acting in a way, trying to get people's attention, and obviously doing what she could to actually find company because she needed to, and obviously standing up for herself in a man's world. But when we are taken away from the defense that she's always putting up against herself, what we just get is a pretty simple, sweet, young person. So all of that facade that she has to put up, you know, again, we can just see it's the hard work or the effort in putting it up is now gone. So it tells us a lot about, you know, this isn't the kind of person who should have a life like this. They should have a much better life. But unfortunately for people during this time, life was bad for everyone.